What's up, everybody? Moebigblue, NYC's fresh voice of the city, and we're back with week 19 in the Knicks season. Post All-Star break, how we looking, what's been shaping out, in good old Detroit, the rivalry continues. Please hit that like and subscribe button down low. Let's go. So the post All-Star break schedule had the Knicks playing against the Detroit Pistons and the Houston Rockets right out of the break. Of course, the big matchup everybody was looking forward to was the Detroit Pistons. And it started out to be a great matchup. As you guys know the history, we bumped Detroit last year in the playoffs. We knocked them out in the first round. So there is bad blood, okay? There's bad taste in their mouths. As you can see in the standings right now, we're shaped in third. Detroit's in first. Boston's in slightly ahead of us, a half game ahead in second. In a game that started out really close, it was back and forth. And then all of a sudden, Cade Cunningham just started taking off. For the most part, defensively, we stayed pretty close for the first two and a half quarters. Fat Joe was into it. The whole crowd was into it. But then as the game slowly matriculated on, you can definitely see Cade Cunningham started getting in his zone. Just the size, the height matchup, and then matched with this athleticism and his speed, we had no answers for him. I'm not worried at all, Knicks fans, because if you just look, just remember our acquisitions and our roster. We just did acquire Jeremy Shohan. We also just did acquire Jose Alvarado. These are key pieces that we're still trying to figure out our rotation with the rest of the team that we already have acquired. I don't like some of the actual rotations that Mike has come up with just yet, but I believe in Mike Brown. I think he's going to do a great job. Not worried just yet. Playoffs is a lot different. John Harbaugh was in the building last night for the big game against Houston. The Knicks were down in the most part of this game for the first three quarters until we started matriculating back in the fourth. Down 16, we monstered a huge comeback in the fourth quarter, led by Jose Alvarado coming off of the bench with 3 big steals. The Cat had a great game as well, backing down in this situation, getting the and one. But we looked more collective as a team throughout this game, even in the parts where we were down by 16 points. It looked like we still were in the game. It just was a matter of making shots and hitting open shots and getting some more stops consecutively. So the Knicks closed this one out 108-103. As we come into this week, the Knicks start off against Chicago. We have a game against Cleveland, and we also have a game against Milwaukee. Just curious that they were able to get up out the city before the snowstorm hits. That's so funny to me. But tonight against Chicago, I like us to win there. The Cleveland matchup is where I'm curious. James Harden has been acquired ever since him and Donovan Mitchell, the Spider, have teamed up. Cleveland has been undefeated, so it's curious to see what happens there. And then the last game against Milwaukee, I think we can close out this week at least with 2 wins. So now I'm going to go with my week prediction for week 19. We'll go 2-1 in the week. At the end of this week, we'll have a 38-22 record. So I'm looking forward to that, matriculating with the new acquisitions, especially with Jose Alvarado and now Jeremy Shohan in the mix. Peace.